Hey everyone, it's MagicalGirlKitCat. Welcome back to my channel. I have an important question for you. Which side will you choose? May the 4th be with you. Alright everyone, so I am starting the Star Wars cosplay for Genesis and Fortitude. Fortitude's going to be cosplaying as Rey, and so what I am starting with is the gauze ace bandages that are on the arms. So I purchased just some normal bandages, cut them into thinner strips, and then I had wrapped them around her arm to see if it was about the right size, and it looks good. So then, using my fabric paint, I am going to add some yellowing or aging to the armbands so that they don't look pristine white. I'm going to water down the paint and give it a go. Alright y'all, I am back at it with Star Wars stuff. What you see in front of you is going to be Rey's wrap. I have it pinned where I want to sew. I don't necessarily need clean edges for the wrap.
Loud noises!
But I think that it would just look a little bit neater, and I also don't think it needs to be this wide. I'm probably
The P sound.
I'm probably gonna have to make some pleats in it just to give it the wrinkled effect, but we'll see once I sew it and have it on the body. And then I also drew out my pattern for the shirt that Rey wears underneath. I did a front and a back, which all I did was use an existing shirt pattern and just make some modifications based on what I wanted it to look like. And then the fabric that we'll be using for that shirt is this brown fabric here. And then we'll just need to do leggings and the belt. All right, so I went ahead and sewed the edges like I said that I was going to, so they were nice and clean and neat. And now what I am doing to get that kind of wrinkled fold effect is I'm just doing a gathered stitch. Thank you, Diana Dolferry, for your most recent video, because watching you do that is how I learned to do it. So you're awesome. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way down. So we had a fun realization last night after I did all that work, is that Rey has two of these pieces, two of these long pieces of fabric that drape over the front and the back. I was so focused on the front that I didn't even think about the back. So my husband came over and very gingerly was like, so, we don't have to worry about the back. And I was like, no, this needs to be perfect. And by perfect, I mean newbie status perfect. This is the belt that is going to wrap around. I think I'm going to attach that with Velcro. I have a lot of that. And now I am getting ready to cut out the shirt fabric that will be worn underneath. So that way I can put the shirt on Fortitude and get these pieces on her so I can kind of figure out what I want the look to be for those. And then all that will be left is her belts and then her leggings. All right, so I stopped documenting my progress with Fortitude's costume because I wanted there still to be an element of surprise. And so now I have moved on to Jen's costume, which has been a pair of leggings, which I sewed out of black cotton fabric last night. I don't think that I have them up here with me. Basic leggings, nothing complicated. And then I had also taken a skater dress that I had just royally messed up and was able to salvage it for this like outer skirt piece that is going to be worn over her pants. I will insert the image of the inspiration. There was a cosplayer that just had the coolest costume, which is what we went on for inspiration for Jen's Sith costume. So right now I am just making a basic. This is the Smart Doll V-neck tee. I am just gonna be cutting that out on this like shiny leathery fabric. And then instead of doing short sleeve, we're doing long sleeve. Once I have that done, I should be able to put her in all of the garments and get the wraps put on her arms, which the wraps, you remember, sorry, my fingers just like in the way, are these. I'm gonna have to probably cut these a little thinner because they are way wider than the ones for Fortitude's arms. And then I decided that I'm going to make a cloak for both Fortitude and for Jen. So we're gonna go buy fabric for that tomorrow. And hopefully that won't take me too long to knock out some cloaks. And then we'll be ready for photo shoot. All right, so top turned out all right. But that skirt that I had showed earlier does not fit. It is way too small. So we made a run to Joann's fabric and we're gonna try something a little bit different. What I am currently working on right now is little shoulder pads that I'm going to wrap in this cool Darth Vader-esque fabric, and I'm going to Velcro them to the top of her sleeves. I feel like that will look really, really Sith-like and neat. And then for the skirt, I have this piece that I cut out and I'm going to wrap it around her midsection, but it'll have like a slit in the opening. So it'll be like a partial cover. And then I have a belt that you can probably see here in the distance that I have fabric glued and is drying that I will be putting on over the top of that. And then that will be it aside from her cape that I still cloak that I need to make. So things didn't go exactly according to plan, but that's okay. We're making adjustments. And I think this is actually gonna look cooler and it will be an original design as opposed to copying off of something else. So Jen will be an original gal. She's gonna be OG. Yup. Okay. Well, till next time. So here is our final reveal for our characters that we designed. I said our because I wanted to make sure that Ben had a say in what we were creating and doing for Jen, because that's his girl. But all in all, I am so incredibly proud of his cosplay, you guys. Like, I don't even care. I'm gonna toot my own horn. I think we knocked it out of the ballpark. I am so proud, and I am so excited to continue to do other cosplays. I think I found my love, which is going to be cosplay. So once a month, I plan on doing a different set character. Some of it may be from movies and TV and anime, and some of it might just be themes that we're going off of. But I want to improve my sewing skills, and this was just an absolute blast to work on and a really good challenge. I do want to say a couple thank yous quickly. Shout out to Nikki with Summer Court. I sent her a message saying, I don't know how to make a cape.
No capes!
And she was so awesome, was like, give me 10 minutes. And like literally drew up a little pattern example and gave me some instructions, which was amazingly helpful and got me through that process. And we made beautiful capes. I am so proud, especially of this one. This fabric was super frayy and like not fun or easy to work with, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I also like that our visions changed. Not so much for Fortitude's character. She's very true to like Rey's style, but I would say that Jen went from being like a Sith Lord inspired by Darth Vader or Kylo Ren to being an Inquisitor, which for those of you who are not super familiar with the Star Wars fandom, they are hunters of the Jedi. And so she just has this Inquisitor vibe and feel, so that's what we went for her. She's an Inquisitor. And the original idea I had for her, which was based off of another cosplay's interpretation, we ended up not being able to do because just things don't always go according to plan, right, when we're sewing. But I love this 10 times more. I think she looks great. And I love that the hood is a little Kylo Ren, and then these pieces here give me Vader vibes, which is just awesome. And then in terms of working on Fortitude's pieces, really the most challenging part was the gathering. I had never gathered before, and when I first made these pieces, they were very straight and they were very priestly looking. And that wasn't the look that I wanted to go for, even though Jedi Masters do have kind of a priest look or vibe or feel to them. I wanted her to have like where Rey's costume definitely had more folds and dimension there. So that was a fun challenge, but I think her outfit was actually very, very easy. The leggings that she's wearing, they're white leggings. I didn't make them because we actually had them made from Elite Doll World, which we had purchased months ago, and they were perfect. And I was like, why reinvent the wheel when we already have them and they work great? The other items that we did not sew that we purchased were these lightsabers, which are actually chopsticks that I bought on Amazon. If you go back to my holiday Smart Doll haul, you will see that that is where I showcased those a little bit. That was a really fun find, and they fit super well in the Smart Doll hands, which has been awesome. So bought those from Amazon. I will link those below. The gloved hands are obviously Culture Japan. So those we added. And then the boots that Fortitude is wearing is the graphite tripwire boots from Culture Japan. And the boots that Jen is wearing is from Razzle Razzle Dazzle. They came super fast and they were perfect. They were just like we wanted, tall lace-up boots. So those were the only items that were not made by us that we purchased. Oh, and then the necklaces. I have to shout out the necklaces. These necklaces are handmade by my best friend, Katie. You can follow her Instagram. So this was a wonderful experience. Star Wars is a huge, huge part of our lives. It brings us so much joy. And it is our dream to go to Disney World so we can go see the Star Wars exhibit. I'm probably gonna cry because we both grew up watching a lot of Star Wars. It was a huge part of our childhood. And when we got married and found out that we both were huge lovers of Star Wars, it has been a giant part of our marriage as well. So it made sense that this needed to be the first of many cosplays that we choose to do in the future. And how fitting of it to launch on May the 4th. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoy this. Check out my Instagram at MagicalGirlKitCat for more photo bombs, because I will be bombing you all week long. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. We love you. Peace out, bean sprouts. Bye. Hey, I have an important question for you. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. 'Cause my body too bootylicious for you, babe.